Let's talk about specific styles of CV. I have seen lots of legal CVs and some accounting CVs, some scientific and architectural CVs that approach the experience and the way that they lay things out somewhat differently. So, for example, most legal CVs I've seen have a convention that says experience, legal experience or relevant experience. And then that's in chronological order, okay? And then they'll have a section after that that says other experience in chronological order. And now that's because in legal circles, some individuals like it that way. Show me your legal experience first. Yes, you have other experience, but that we are interested in that, but actually put your legal experience up first. If that's a convention in your industry, then I think it's useful to reflect that. So you often see this. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's again about knowing how do things work in your industry, and friends and colleagues can give you some advice on that. Now, recruitment consultants in a particular industry will know this back to front. Feel free to ask. Feel free to send a LinkedIn message or an email to a recruiter and ask. There's no reason why they will reply or won't reply. What I mean is it's potluck. Sometimes you're going to reply, sometimes not. And often they're more likely to be replying if you're considering a particular role. And you can say, just before I send my CV, should I have it in this format? What do you reckon? And then the recruiter will usually come back and say, oh, do it this way, right? Definitely that, definitely this. So some architectural CVs I've seen will very, very specifically focus on the architectural education and then the training, the on-the-job training they've been doing, and then very, very specific terms. So the whole of the first page, for example, might be a particular format that individual and that industry tends to adopt. I've seen graphic design and some very mechanical CVs actually have a whole lot of data after the generic. Fundamentally, though, I think if you've got a CV style that is clean and clear, has some good bullet points explaining outcomes and showing off your achievements in the CV, I think that's good. Now, making sure you're tailoring it to the particular industry is important, but get guidance from colleagues, recruiters, friends, family, anyone who would have a viewpoint on what the right way of doing things is. Sometimes you can Google this, and certainly you can sometimes ask ChatGPT. Sometimes. I'm not sure how accurate it can be. But I don't know if you can go wrong by having, for example, a scientific CV. Now, often with scientific, they're really, you're going into detail on your thesis, on your doctorate, on all your various different studies and all the research you've been doing. But as long as you've got it clean and clear, and ultimately we're going to want to see, yes, we've seen the detail, right? And yes, you may have presented that up front by convention, but yet, what have you done? What have you done? And that's where that standard format I've been showing, I think, can be quite useful. If in doubt, check, ask.